They said it was dead, but Honda just dropped the biggest nostalgia bomb ever. After 2 decades in the grave, the Prelude is back, but not as some boring EcoBox. Honda's coming in hot with the sleek 2-door coupe. We're talking a hybrid, packing some chili pepper horsepower and handling so sharp it could cut through traffic like a samurai sword. No joke, it just might be the sportiest hybrid Honda's ever built, and it's coming real soon. So smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's break down everything we know so far about the 2025 Honda Prelude. Yes, the Prelude is making one hell of a return, but the specs? Locked up tighter than Area 51. And the suspense. Absolute torture. Now I know what you're thinking, a hybrid, really? But don't roll your eyes yet. Rumors suggest it could be rocking Honda's 2.0-liter hybrid setup, the same 2-motor system from the Accord and Civic hybrid, but hopefully with some extra kick. So you get the idea, the Accord hybrid dishes out 204 horsepower and a meaty 247 pound-feet of torque, while the Civic hybrid pumps out 200 horsepower and 181 pound-feet of torque. If Honda dials it up for 2025, we could be looking at the hardest-hitting Prelude ever. If you think about it, that's a serious step up from its previous models. Remember the last generation, 2001 model? That beauty squeezed out 195 horsepower and 156 pound-feet of torque from its naturally aspirated 2.2-liter inline-4. Pretty solid for its time. Even the last sporty hybrid CR-Z from 2016 managed a measly 130 horsepower. Cute, but hardly enough for that seat-shoving acceleration. So assuming Honda doesn't throw us a curveball, this 6th-generation new Prelude will be punchier, quicker, and torquier than any Prelude before it. Japanese journalists already drove a prototype, hinting at some spicy handling upgrades. Dual-axis front suspension, a trick setup that kills torque steer. Adaptive dampers, likely borrowed from the CTR, and even a GT driving mode sandwiched between comfort and sport. Of course, the big mystery remains. What's the final powertrain? 0 to 60 miles per hour time, top speed, and other specs. But one thing's for sure, Honda is injecting some fun into a hybrid coupe, marketing it as a real performance car. US fans, your wait's almost over. It's landing later this year in Europe. Gotta hold tight till early 2026. Design-wise, think your favorite 90s jam remixed into an absolute banger. It looks exactly how you'd imagine a 21st century version of the icon we remember. Still classically low-slung, but now sharper, meaner, and packed with just enough retro DNA to light up OG Honda fans like a Christmas tree. The sloping roofline, the wide aggressive grille, and sculpted hood, it turns heads. The angry LED headlights seriously look like twin katanas, framing the minimalist grille below. And the connected taillights at the back, a slick, futuristic touch that just works. From the back, it kinda looks like a Porsche, but for broke people. Don't you think? And we mean that in a good way. The Prelude's shorter wheelbase, wider stance, and lighter body make the perfect recipe for a car that wants to dance through corners. Stiffer suspension, sharper handling, it's all baked in while still keeping the Grand Tour vibe. And with more rigidity than a Civic, 10% less weight, and a setup designed for sharper handling, this means 2 things. Planted in the corners, smooth on the streets, without shaking your feelings loose. From the side, flush door handles keep it clean. Sculpted lines pull your eyes straight to those beefy rear haunches, teasing the power under the hood. Sitting pretty on black 19-inch alloy wheels, this thing looks more than ready to pounce. Notice the subtle aerodynamic front lip in the prototype? It's not just playing dress up, it's secretly working overtime, pinning this thing down when the speed climbs just like a carbon fiber lip spoiler. And not to forget the Prelude's dual exhaust outlets that are sculpted into the rear diffuser. The interior styling of the 2025 Prelude hits the perfect spot between modern meets nostalgic charm. The dashboard is way cleaner and packs a sportier vibe than its Civic sibling. The higher center console wraps around you like a proper sports car cockpit. Everything you need is within arm's reach. We're still waiting on Honda to drop the full cabin details, but here's what Honda is teasing, and this one might surprise you. S Plus Shift. Instead of the old school gear lever, you get a push-button gear selector that screams next gen. And that's where the brand new S Plus Shift mode comes into play. We all know hybrids and CVTs have a reputation for feeling about as thrilling as watching paint dry. But Honda came in like, hold my wrench. The brand new S Plus Shift mode simulates gear changes and amplifies engine noise through the speakers. The result? A hybrid that doesn't sound half asleep. Then we've got paddle shifters. These bad boys are bigger, sharper, and looking a lot like the ones in the Acura Integra A spec. They trick you into thinking you're working an 8-speed gearbox, even though you know you're not. But take a look at this. Honda engineered asymmetry into the front seats. Yes, they're different. The driver's seat is sculpted for maximum lateral grip, but the passenger seat? They're soft, plush, and just super comfortable. Fun fact, the 2025 Prelude's engine growl, totally fake. Active sound control pipes in artificial engine noise through the speakers, synced with RPMs to keep things lively. Love it or hate it, Honda is ditching the old for the bold with this one. Given its sloping roofline, rear headroom might take a hit. On the bright side, the tailgate is big, which means some decent cargo space. The doors are beefed up with coupe-style armrests to remind you this ain't a sedan. Even the side seals are padded, and the doors are shaped for smoother entries and exits. And in case you forget what you're driving, Honda stitched Prelude right into the headrest and dash. Now, Honda is still playing the mystery game with the rest of the interior intact. Even at public displays, windows blacked out. No sneak peeks. What else is Honda hiding? A digital gauge cluster? Maybe a surprise we didn't see coming could be on the table. But for now, we can only speculate. Be sure you're not the last to know. So like, subscribe, and hit that bell to get front row seats for when Honda drops the details. Until then, keep rolling.